Yo, we got a video here today, and we're looking at this concept of staying in your lane or being told to stay in your lane, which is sometimes ironic because the people saying that are actually stepping outside of their lane. So let's get right into it.
Last week, you may have seen on social media, American NFL player Harrison Butker came under fire for his controversial college graduation speech, encouraging women to embrace the traditional role-maker role over their professional careers.
Quite the controversy, right? He's getting invited to a Catholic university and espousing to put your family first. I mean, that's crazy.
I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now, about to cross this stage, and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
Well, thank you for telling us that. To discuss that, let's bring in global.
Well, he's telling it to an audience of Christians. I know that's not in your lane per se, and for some reason you're offended by that. There's millions of liberal universities where they can push all the propaganda, but as soon as they do the opposite, that's where the problem comes in.
Global Diversity, Equity and Inclusion Advisor Azure Antoinette on.
And in case you missed that, but this person's job is global diversity and I can't even say the word. It's just a bunch of crap. Here's like a DEI job, handpicked.
The Gold Coast. Azure, I mean, just wow.
You know, thank you so much for giving me a little bit of grace and
There it is there, Global DEI Advisor and podcast host. This is your expert that's going to tell you not to be traditional, not to follow any kind of Christian beliefs. Here she comes.
reprieve from the kitchen and my homemaker duties to come on and talk with you this morning. I've been worried about how I would manage it all.
I mean, look, many have pointed out in this speech, and it's been come to light now, that his own mother is a highly respected medical physicist. Top of the game. There she is on your screen there.
Like global recognition, award-winning physicist, you know. But
it's also his mother that raised a strong lad with her husband. That's a foreign concept to these people.
So there, if we had the time to unpack any of it, which we can't because our homemaking duties are calling, oh my. Yeah, it has been extremely disappointing, just because of the tone deafness of the entire thing. But to state that is what women are most excited about. What an incredible.
See, they're offended. He's talking to the Christian Catholic women in the audience. He's not talking to this chick with a nose ring with the DEI job. He's not talking to her. But they're going to take offense on behalf of the ladies because of the hive mind.
Time to witness something like that. What poor form to do it at a graduation, a 4-year commencement ceremony that completely dismisses the hard work that's being done. And it's no shade to women that have decided to choose that path. But I could not believe what I was witnessing. 2024, Handmaid's Tale, I couldn't decide what was going on. And I watched the entirety of the speech, which...
Anything that's traditional, anything that is like marriage, conservative, it's Handmaid's Tale. It's some fictional sort of grape fantasy book made in Hollywood. They have to go to those extremes because they can't actually debate it straight up.
I'm not going to get any of that time back, but he made an enormous amount of references to staying in your lane. And I thought, wow, Harrison,
yes.
This doesn't feel like your lane.
Can I ask a question?
Exactly.
Because I saw a few people when this started to come out, The View were talking about it, Bill Maher, people like that, saying, look, it's a First Amendment country. He's allowed to say what he wants, and you're allowed to disagree with him. I don't know.
They don't like that. They don't like the First Amendment. They don't like people speaking freely against their propaganda. It's all fine and dandy when you're part of the team. You know, you're on team progressive, team nose ring over here.
where I stand on that. I think they're probably
Well,
right, but it's ugly.
and I love the concept. I love not only did the NFL come out and say those are his personal views on his personal time, the NFL then continued to back it up about being a beacon of inclusivity, which I'm not sure if anybody remembers Colin Kaepernick taking a silent knee
Still not playing.
and no longer being able to play football again.
Yep.
But I wouldn't venture to say that anybody was looking at the American NFL as a, I don't know, compilation of inclusive and diverse tactics. I can't.
Look, if you're good enough to play in the league, there's a place for you. They have to bring up Colin Kaepernick. I don't think he'd played like 4 or 5 years before this even came out, but they still need to talk about that.
Diverse tactics, if you will. But I could not. Free speech, yes, as long as it pertains to a certain level of.
There has to be a caveat. Free speech, yes, but as long as you play within our rules, as long as you don't take it too far. No, that's actually not how it works. Free speech it's all fair game as long as you're not saying illegal activities, as long as you're not saying to go and loot and do violent acts. You know, you can say offensive things. That's okay. I know it's not, they can't handle it, but you're allowed to say things that are offensive.
Person that wants to have that free speech, because we have been bound a very dark past in the U.S. And I could not believe that that was the statement that they came back with, to say that those are his personal views, because Colin Kaepernick also expressed his personal views, not nearly as which offended as many people as it did in this speech, which Benedictine
It was a
College
silent
did
protest,
not
wasn't
endorse.
it?
He did it on the football field. He took a knee on the football field, kind of during his work hours, in front of the crowd, in front of the paying audience, which potentially weren't on board with it. This is a way different scenario where he's invited to give a speech, not on the NFL field, and he's giving a speech as well. They're not bringing it up that he's doing it on a Catholic college. He's not doing it on any amount of liberal colleges that are out there. There's plenty of speeches that aren't conservative that go on, but the media will not portray that at all.
Yeah.
Oh, it was quite the rally call. Quite the rally call.
I think that's a good point as
And of
well.
course, Butker has come out since and doubled down on it all.
Of course he has.
Yeah.
which has been impressive. And what also got
You should double down on it. Don't apologize to these maniacs. They could care less if you said sorry. That would not be enough. You'd have to say sorry 100 times, and it still wouldn't be enough, frankly.
my blood pressure going was that he made reference to one of the most notable women in music globally in the world, and did not mention her by name because he didn't have her permission, but reduced her to being Travis Kelce's girlfriend, and then referenced a Taylor Swift lyric. And I thought, I'm pretty sure this would be off-brand, Harrison. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Taylor probably isn't super cool.
Let's see.
Who cares? Who cares if Taylor's super cool with it? It's not illegal. It's not illegal to say something that's off-brand. Something that didn't get he didn't ask for permission to say it. Guess what? I don't think you asked for permission to slander this guy right now on the news. But you're doing it. And, you know, there's no repercussions to that. There's not going to be the conservative news media countering any of this. Of course not.
When they get back to training, I wonder how that's going to go together. But I tell you what, it's great to have your insight today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Good to see you.
Thank you, Azia.
Never a dull moment, y'all. See you soon.
Last week you may have seen
Great to have the insight of the DEI. I mean, what a job title, right? Where does it say it? Is it going to say it? Just total bullcrap job, basically. Here's someone that just ticks the right boxes and gets to run their mouth. And quite ignorantly. But anyway, gents, we're going to leave it right there. As always, thoughts, comments, below. And hit that like on the way out. It takes 1.5 seconds. And smash that subscribe button right now. Press it. Destroy it. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.